check it out. Yeah, you know I'm always fierce. In the fashion that I wear, I be stunting on my peers. Diamonds glare, make them steer. In the verse, switching gears. Moving forward, never rear. I don't even look in mirrors. Yeah, you know I'm always fierce. Garments in my closet so fly, they need a passport. Fabric imported from Indonesia, need a visa. Popping tags at my leisure. Shift gears, two-seater. I don't care if I'm on a bus or a 10-speeder. You will never catch a mega in a dusty.
What's up, everybody?
Hello. Fierce Friday.
Fierce Friday, happy hour time. What's up?
Yes.
Yes.
My favorite.
So those of you at
Wait.
home, welcome to Fierce Entertainment Live, episode 19. I'm Rob Henlon, joined by my little sister, Jessica. Hey,
Yeah.
Jessica.
Woo, happy Friday.
My sister from another Mr. Starr Dalton. Hey.
It's Starr.
And all the way from Akron, Ohio, Ms. Coco Mayer. What's up, Coco? And we also have our good friend, international photographer, Chalo. What's up, Chalo?
How y'all doing?
Chalo.
Chalo in Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
And we cannot forget our friend Devinder, Malhan. Devinder, is that Mellow Yellow barking?
Yeah,
We heard it.
You love Mellow
he's my
Yellow.
little
You love
companion.
Mellow.
Oh wow. Oh man, what's up, Wayne? Hey, you guys. Thank you.
Hey,
Hi,
Wayne.
Wayne.
What's up, Wayne? Oh, Angela. Hey.
Angela Basilico.
Hi, Angela. We missed
Oh
you
wow. So
guys.
today,
Thanks for joining us.
yeah, it's crazy, man. We definitely have the party line vibe. You guys remember the party line back in the days?
I sure do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everybody took a drink for that one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know about that.
The key word was
Oh
party.
man.
You said party.
Yes. So with the party line thing, we're doing a little bit different today. So we have like all kinds of guests that's going to be jumping in. We have Miss Monica May of Monica May Communications is going to be jumping in. Miss Mimi Mala from Peace on the Street Radio is going to be jumping in, and our good friend and fellow fierce teammate, Mr. Matthew Cooley, the man himself.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Oh, man. Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be a real good show tonight. So if this is your first time joining us, as you can see below, we have an initiative that we're kicking off that we're trying to get 500 subscribers on our YouTube. So check us out on YouTube. I mean, we've been around for like 5 years and we only have like 200 subscribers, and we have like over 12,000 on Facebook and stuff like that. So if some of you guys are just subscribed to YouTube channel, that'd be great. And then you'll definitely get to see a lot of our previous episodes from Fierce Entertainment Live, as well as tons of footage from our previous events, and those events are fun. And you'll see some of these characters right here.
They're
Right?
characters.
Yes.
Definitely characters.
So this is an interactive show. So while you're watching right now, we want to get you involved. So make comments, share, tag your friends, and we're going to pull you right on into the show today.
Yeah, just to get them fired up, Jessica. Just get them, like, wake them up, you know?
Fired up.
Stir up the pot now. Come along, guys.
Turn it up.
Oh,
You
no,
see-
share the
We got
love.
a mirror in town.
Share the love. Share the
Yeah,
love.
Share the
Melo's ready
love.
for
Share
it.
the link. This is an interactive show, like they said, where you can join in, you can make the comments, you can ask questions. We have a lot of great talent here that you definitely want to take advantage of. They're great resources of knowledge, so definitely share the love.
Yes.
Yes. And shout out to Wayne. So Wayne tomorrow, Latin Connection magazine. He's joining in, and he's shouting out. He says Mimi's going to be coming on. So Mimi's is one of the covers and of this magazine. Shout out to Miss Angela Basilico.
Yes.
She's been a host of all of our a lot of our shows, the final shows, and she's also worked with Mimi and Chalo in the past. You know, so she does a lot of stuff with them, and she's one of our previous guests.
Yeah.
And can't forget moms.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Monica.
Yeah. So if you are watching right now, go ahead and share this so that your friends can enjoy it, like Star would say. And yeah, it's going to be a very cool show. Definitely comment and be part of the celebration. Cool.
Do it.
So let's formally introduce Miss Coco. Miss Coco. I mean, we have so many guests today. We definitely want to get to know everybody. So we're gonna
Yes.
start with Coco.
All right, let's check it out. All right.
All right.
Wow, I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed with your work.
Thank you.
Bravo.
What an intro.
Yeah.
You did a great job. I just kind of threw
Wow.
it together.
It's Spears,
Wow.
baby. Like Spears.
That really like blew me, you know. Wow.
Coco,
Coco,
it's
and I'm not
actually
usually-
from the Fashion Edge. You look like you're having the most fun. Like you are just. I love
That's
those
what I
captions
love
of
to
you.
do. It is. Every single place I go, I think of it as an event.
Yeah.
So I want to be a part of the vibe or make a vibe with
Yeah.
all the events that I go to. So.
And you
Wow.
do. And you do.
You do. You have some fans. Jennifer Gamble was saying, "Hi, fabulous Coco."
Oh,
My cousin Jennifer.
Hey, what's up, Jennifer? Shout out to cousin
Hi,
Jennifer for joining us.
so
Cool.
cool.
So Coco, you are a costume designer, and so you studied right in the University of Cincinnati. Is that correct?
That is correct. University of Cincinnati is where I really kind of honed my craft and found a lot of contacts in regional and local and national theater. And they call us, especially when I worked at Walt Disney World, costumers, which I love that word. It's not a designer, it's not a seamstress, it's all inclusive.
Yeah.
It's something that you have to do all over, well-rounded in every single aspect of costuming.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So what would you say? I mean, so you've done it for like 18 years, right? You have like 18 years of costuming. What would be like the highlight, one of your favorite costumes that you made, or like one of the highlights of your career?
Well, totally of 30 years I've been doing costumes.
30.
But
Wow.
yes, but
Wow.
18 of it was with Walt Disney World. And I'd say one of the most magical moments had to be dressing Whoopi Goldberg as
Oh.
Belle.
Oh, yes, that would be exciting.
She
What
still had her
dress did she
dress
wear? What
and her
dress did she
tiara.
wear?
And she goes, I'm a princess. I'm a princess.
So you dressed her as a princess? You dressed Whoopi as a princess?
Yes, it was the opening of the new Fantasyland, and The View sent her to do the spot, and she just thought, "Can y'all make me look like Belle?"
Wow.
I said, "With a lot of yellow fabric, yeah, we can."
So Coco, I also saw pictures of your dog. Do you make costumes for your dog? Or
My dog, Princess Bella, has more costumes than Barbie, and she knew when she was a puppy that this was going to be her life. But Princess Bella.
Yes, let's see her.
So ready.
We
She's not
definitely-
like
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
Oh,
Look at his eyes.
she's 12 years old,
oh.
and she's a puggle, a pug and a beagle.
puggle.
mix.
Oh, I
Wow.
know those. Those are really cute. They're really
Thank
adorable.
you.
Yeah, I
She's
know
my-
puzzles. They're really
She's
adorable.
my
My son,
go-to. We travel the world together, and I'm part of my
Yeah.
contract says that I bring my dog.
Oh.
Wow.
lucky. Good for you.
So
Thank
she's
you.
a good dog. Is she well
And-
behaved?
Also, you probably saw pictures of me in Star Trek.
Yeah.
I am a Trekkie. I am live long and prosper all day
Oh,
long.
okay.
Right.
Do you have any respect for the Star Wars people?
Yes, we respect you as long as you respect us.
We respect- yeah, I do love the original ones. I'm old school a little bit.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, because there's no intelligent life form here right now on the planet. I'm waiting for him to like I want to be back on the spaceship. There's no intelligent life.
Beam me up.
Wow.
The brain cells have died. I'm sorry.
I love that.
Oh man! Hey, shout out real quick. Shout out to our sister Daryl. Hey Daryl, we miss you.
Hi, Daryl. Miss you.
Yes.
She recently had a birthday.
Oh. Yes. Daryl just having a birthday. Happy birthday, Daryl.
Oh.
Happy birthday. I have a friend whose son's birthday is today. Happy birthday, guys.
Yes,
And
definitely shout out.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Cool. So I want to ask you guys. Today is actually National One Hit Wonder Day. So what would be a one hit wonder? Can you guys think of a one hit wonder that you like? What was your favorite one hit wonder?
Oh Lord.
I've got one.
Oh,
Which
good.
one?
Okay. It's the song by Chumbawamba. Chumbawamba was the name of the group, and it's called "I Get Knocked Down."
Yes.
I get
knocked down.
I get up again. I love that song.
Oh,
That's a good drinking song.
That's awesome.
Oh, I gotta hear that song now.
Yeah. That's always.
When you're down and out. When we were opening Walt Disney World Animal Kingdom, we were doing crazy hours to get that park ready. And every time I hear that song, that's when it came out, I believe, in 1998.
Wow.
Whoa.
way back in the day.
Wow. Hey, Daryl said ice, baby.
I love that song too.
That's still a hit. You still hear
That's
that?
still a hit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That guy gets so mad when you call him Vanilla Ice. That's what you were.
That's right.
Man.
That's what made him.
Earn it.
So Chalo, do you have a one hit wonder?
Yeah, of course. Tainted Love.
Tainted Love. How did that go?
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Who sang
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, there you go.
How did it go? How did that go?
See, we need like soundtrack.
Somebody got to help us out, man. How does that go?
Tainted Love?
Come on, Chalo. Yeah, hum it.
Oh, man.
Tainted Love?
Yeah.
I'm pretty bad.
What? The tune?
Tainted love.
Yes.
Tainted
Ba,
love.
ba.
Tell me on my knees.
Please.
There you go.
Yes.
That's the one.
Oh man.
That was the first. Yeah, that was really a good time in music. It was
Yeah,
That's
of course.
Yeah.
Your mom. Look at your mom. Whoop, daddy.
My mom said, whoop,
There it is. Yeah, that's the good one too. There it is.
See, me and your mom got the same taste in music.
Hey, Jessica, was in that video.
Yes. Oh, I gotta get that clip.
Jessica was actually in
Are you
that
serious?
video, the music video. Yes. She
I
was
mean,
in the music.
so I'll show the clip later, but
Yeah.
Jessica loves to
girl,
dance.
this
Let me
and
tell
that,
you.
we went up to New York, and in the video, I was in New York, and the group of us jumped in.
So we just happened to be having like a family reunion, and I don't know what happened because it was like you and my cousin, Melissa, walking around or something.
Somebody scouted the video. They were like literally making the video on Prospect Park, and we're like, "Hey, can we be in the video?"
Hey, so next thing you know, my sister's young but up there. She's in the video. She's in that video, y'all.
Yeah, that was fun.
Video vixen. I didn't even know.
Appearances here and there.
Oh, man. Okay, so I got one for you guys. Don't worry.
Oh
Be happy.
Be happy.
yeah.
Don't worry. Be happy now. Oh man, I love that song.
But
Now you making me change mine up now. I was gonna do one now.
But he was not.
Oh no.
Red wine.
Yes.
You reported red wine. Wait, Starr. We say one hit wonder, not your theme song. That's your theme song.
Very widely
Mine is a drink. Mine is a drink. I don't know if it's a one hit wonder, but my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
Oh my God.
It's better than yours.
Oh no.
It's better than nah.
This is a PG-13 show. Oh man. So those of you, if you're watching at home, if you have a one hit wonder, we want to hear what's your favorite one hit wonder song. I mean, there's so many, and I actually got a list. This is National One Hit Wonder Day. So
Okay.
here's some. Let me know if you guys remember some of these songs right here. So Somebody That I Used to Know.
Yeah.
You remind me. Yeah. So,
Excellent.
Oh,
yep,
yeah.
Yep. Eye of the Tiger.
Yes.
Survivor.
Yeah.
Yes. Rocky.
This is like karaoke night. Are we having
Karaoke? No, we're not doing karaoke.
No. They have to play music for karaoke.
We didn't have enough preaching. Hey, we making the dog cry. We making the dog cry.
The dog's like, what do you mean when I do karaoke?
The dog's like, stop singing. Judy in Disguise. Angela Basilico. Judy in Disguise. Yes. Yes. That's a good one, Angela. Watch Me Whip. Watch Me Nay Nay.
Oh yes.
Watch Me Whip. Watch Me Nay Nay.
Yes. Our kids did a dance to that.
kids, yes.
Shows.
That's
Whip and
true.
the-
There we
yeah.
go.
At the Science Center.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Panda by Designer Panda.
Oh,
Yeah.
Panda.
Miami.
We had a Miami trip around that time.
And they play Panda all the time.
I love that.
2006.
That's a wonderful.
Chameleonaire. You see me riding.
Oh yeah.
You're hating. Patrolling.
Yep.
Trying to get me
Wow.
riding dirty.
Chameleonaire.
Yeah. Let's see. Like this is when you're getting old because this is like okay. How about Hey Macarena? Yeah, Macarena, man.
Macarena.
All right.
Mhm.
Macarena. So happy one hit wonder day for you guys. Rocky. Okay. Angela Pacifica got another Rocky.
Ooh, good.
Oh, Josiah Darrell says to hit the
Yeah,
quan.
Hit the quad.
Yeah, I'm too old. I'm too old to be hitting anybody.
Well, you are older than Dirt, but that's all right.
I'm older than Daryl. Yes, I'm definitely older than Daryl, for sure.
Oh.
All right, cool. So, Chalo,
Yeah.
let's introduce our guest to you. I know this is your second time on our show, but you got something cool going on. So let's introduce our guest to Chalo right now.
Yes, let's check it out.
That's Chalo. Okay.
Yes.
Lovely.
Sir.
That's impressive.
Man.
That's impressive
Beautiful work.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Wow.
Thank you.
So,
very
Chalo, you are an international photographer, and you develop talent, right? Tell us. I know we heard the story, but just so for our new guests that are listening and watching today, tell us a little bit more about how you develop the models and develop faces. I think that's how you call it. And then what do you have going on in the location that you're at today? Can you tell us?
All right.
Wow. Yeah. This is
All right.
interesting.
Just an introduction. Basically, I've been working a lot on working with fashion designers from different countries and helping develop their brands. At the same time, I am working a lot, or have been working for several years, in developing new face models and moving them into the next stage or the next level for their modeling career. Right now, we got this project going on. It's basically an international fashion portfolio development platform, which allows designers, models, and other people in the industry to create their new content material, basically editorial and catalog and live feeds. So basically, the whole idea is to do this in locations that are different, exotic locations, right?
Right.
Like imagine if you're a fashion designer and you have a volcano behind you, right? With your
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah,
And Devinder is a fashion designer. We'll talk a little bit about him in a little bit. But
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
are you there? Are you there?
I'm here. I'm here.
So right now, you're actually on location now. Tell us, you're in Costa Rica. You're in San Jose, right?
Correct. But I'm right now. I'm in a place in the Pacific Coast, and I'm in my my official sponsor for locations, Costa Rica luxury location.
Okay.
Right here, I'm right in that spot right now, in the pool to the left.
Yes.
Costa
I want
Rica
to be there.
luxury
I want to be
lifestyle.
there.
I need
Yeah.
to be there right now.
I
What?
want to go. I've never been there.
I know. What's the name of that area?
Look at
That's
that.
beautiful. Wow. So,
All right, fierce
What-
trip.
Showing off.
Yes.
Showing off.
Yes.
so what's the name of the area that you're in now? What's
So
the
it's
name of
called Faro Escondido, and in it's Faro Azul actually
Blue.
where I'm at.
Yes.
And it's a gorgeous location. It brings a lot of opportunity for for creative editorial material and stuff. And it's just so relaxing that I was telling you guys I will share some of the sunset a little bit
Yes.
later.
Oh, great.
Yes. That's why I wanted to check in. I wanted to check in on you just to make sure that you can give us tabs. So make sure you keep on that sunset so that we can catch it with you. Very beautiful.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Cool. And Devinder. So Devinder, if you guys are if this is your first time joining us, let me just tell you a little bit more about the show. We are a happy hour vibe type of show, as you can tell. You know what I
This is
mean?
crazy.
So everybody, we're crazy. Everybody has a little sippy sip of something going on. Except for Devinder and Chalo are not drinking anything.
Yeah, I mean, y'all can drink water.
I can drink water, but yeah.
See, I got water.
And
A
so
warrior's
this is,
drink.
so this is a happy hour vibe. We have fun. We obviously we introduced interesting people. So a couple of weeks ago we had Orange County Mayor Demings,
Yeah.
Jerry Demings. He graced us with his time, and he was awesome. We got to hear his whole story about how he met his wife and what happened. That 9/11. He was here on September 11th, and he told us about how how much Orange County had to do with 9/11. There was a lot going on. The president was actually in the Central Florida airspace at the time when that was happening. So there was all kinds of protocols that had to happen. Last week we had Danny B and Kevin Kahn from 95.3 radio station. So we just interview like so many cool people. And tonight we have Coco, the wonderful Coco up in here, designer. We have Chalo, international photographer, and Mr. Devinder Malhan, who's been joining us because not only is he a fashion designer, he's an artist, and he's also an activist. So what he's been doing is bringing us a little bit of world awareness, is what we call it. And so you have some world awareness for us today, Devinder?
Let's get ready for it. Let's get
All
ready.
right, we're gonna get ready before you jump in. We're gonna get ready. We're gonna drop the video.
Miller.
Yes, world
All
awareness.
right, so you told us about Biko Stephen Biko a couple weeks ago, and you educated us on how much of an activist he was, and one of
Right.
your heroes. What else do you have? Do you have anything else for us today?
Well, I did watch the conversation with Mayor Demings, and the local administration, and state, federal level. I was kind of impressed that at least we're starting a conversation locally. And right now I'm like focused locally and globally. So this is like we really need to be cautious of our leaders we choose. And I've
Right.
seen, yeah, I've seen actually what's breaking my heart is I've seen this happen before. There was a genocide in 1984 where Sikh men, and I'm a Sikh boy, were being targeted by the Indian government. This is a long story, and depending on where you stand, but I became an activist, a freedom fighter to a terrorist, and I saw my
Wow.
friends turn against me, and that we happened in October, mid-October, 1984. And me and my friends, we were I was in an international school in Calcutta, the eastern part of India, and we suffered a lot of trauma and the PTSD, and we really, really witnessed people be like our, and the what was really sad was we were targeted as 18-year-old boys, and they put tires on us, and they burned the tires on my friends and my, yeah.
Mm.
I was on a 10-story building, and I remember like just watching, and I was totally helpless. I was blessed, and my friends' parents were diplomats, so I flew out right after, and I came to Valencia and UCF, and as my family and my parents came here, I started working with Amnesty International, and that was back in the days when we actually had to handwrite, and it was like we didn't get a lot of attention, but we did our best, and we were determined. And even the director, I remember, we were fortunate enough in UCF, where the director, we had opened the chapter, and the director came to speak to us. And it was disappointing that it was like we didn't only fill like one or two rows.
Wow.
But the nice thing is, later on, he showed us a different perspective. Was like, you know what? This is so rare.
Wow.
No, no, but he's like, this is so rare, but it's so beautiful for you guys because he taught us you never know who you're talking to.
Right.
So he had individual conversations with us, and then all of us were kind of young, and I'm like, oh, I'm worried about my parents, and he's like, okay, like let me, I'm worried, we came here, and so my thing is, oh, he goes, yours is the Sikh genocide, oh, yours is this, yours is that. I still remember the conversation. I don't remember. I can research his name, but I remember that conversation, and It was a beautiful evening. He just made us look at it from a different point of view, because everyone thinks like, oh, it's going to be so depressing going to those meetings, but he made us look at the victories and the celebration, and that it takes time, patience, and the road less traveled is not the easiest one, but you're building a pathway for your children that will come behind you, behind us. And right now, I think we're doing a terrible job of what we're leaving behind for our children. As far as I feel like thought about it the other day, and there's some research already starting. The PTSD effect on our children, just the word COVID, Corona, and C-19 will be triggers for them.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow. Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
And we don't really think about it. I think we're so like caught up in like our capitalist mentality, and we're so afraid of like, I don't know, change. I don't know what it is, but that's
Yeah.
my personal opinion. I just say I was nonpartisan all this time, and I'm retiring from my nonpartisan thing this time, which is actually I'm jeopardizing some. I'm putting a lot of me on the stake, and I am not going. I gave Trump a really good chance. And since all of this, he and his supporters have only been bothering me. Every time they do, I go, "You're not doing yourself any favor. You're losing points."
Mm.
Mhm.
the Democrats have, Republicans have normally like tried to at least like do something where they work towards changing we the people or me as a person might whatever I want. But this the Republicans in the past, I was always independent, would reach out, and I went to both and I saw what it was and who's who. But this year, I'm not. I'm going to retire from. No, I'm not going to participate in election protection, which was I watched out for the minorities and people who are felons to make sure that their voting rights are thing. And I'm going to join the Biden, and I'm going to go with Kamala, Miss Harris, and the California, and she is a very progressive thinker, and I think she'll be targeted for her progressive thinking in a conservative environment. And actually, people make fun of me and they tell me why I've chosen to live in the darkest corridor of the world, which is the I-4 corridor. This little strip decides the votes for the whole country. Wow. And as it gets closer to November 3rd, you'll see more and more Northerners and rich people flying in just to do their votes because they buy the land here, they buy real estate properties here, and they fly in. They have residence outside of the state. They fly in to vote, and then they fly back home. So that was like that was the old snowbird idea, But it's really like screwing us up. And I'm gonna like slowly, and I have some students, I have mentored people, and I will continue slowly to make sure that in this area, at least Pine Hills and certain, areas, and we've come a long way in Pine Hills too. There's a lot of progress.
Right.
We're making in Orlando really good strides, I think we did a great job. The children did a great job. Everyone did a great job of protesting, and we're not giving up. It's so exhausting. Yesterday I went and I go, I'm getting old. Can you guys handle this street on your own, like one freaking block, and not get arrested tonight and just have a good time and we celebrate? And I know we didn't get the verdict that we wanted. I want to go home and cry too. I'm getting all these updates. But can we all just I want to go home. I want to be a normal
and you definitely have to give like some credit to the millennials because they are making a lot of moves. They're making a lot of moves and they're actually pushing the conversation. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the millennials. I didn't have love for them. I was one of those people that didn't have love for them earlier, but I gotta take my hat off.
They're getting a few points here.
It's another generation after the millennials. I don't want to say the wrong one.
Generation Z. Z.
Yeah, that's our babies there. That's our. Yeah, those guys are super smart.
And so Coco,
but they're not that smart because they don't realize experience counts for a lot.
Right. I think they're learning that.
For a minute. Your daddy didn't get here like overnight. The hard knocks of life. It don't come that easy. I paid a lot. I paid my dues. And so Coco, understand that and respect that.
Yeah. So Coco, so you're in Akron. And I know, that's the home of LeBron James, right? And,
yes, the king. We call him the king.
Y'all call him the king over here.
Yeah.
But he's doing a lot to push the conversation and to ensure people, are that have the rights. I know he's doing a lot internationally. What are some of the things that he's doing locally in Akron? Do you see that? Do you see anything that's happening that we're not aware of?
Definitely. With Black Lives Matter, we had a tragic shooting at the beginning of the summer. Somebody was mistaking another Black girl for somebody else, had the grandmother in the car, shot and killed the girl at a very open intersection, broad daylight. And you wouldn't believe the rallying that happened in the community. It's the west side of Akron, which is a mostly Black populated area. But they got together, they closed off the street and decided to do their own mural at the site. And LeBron actually had a person fly down there. He couldn't get there himself. but he
Right.
wanted to let them know that he was supporting them and he was speaking out to the communities to say, stop the nonsense.
Yeah.
And he actually had a task force find the three. There were three of them that were brought to justice.
Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing. That's
Great.
amazing.
Yeah, he is on it. It's when it comes to Akron, he won't let anything slide. Talking about rubber capitals, I think someone did a hit on the Goodyear Tire Company, and he's
Wow.
out against that.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
Oh,
yeah, the
he's good for
Goodyear, Goodyear is they're the sponsors of the Cleveland Cavaliers, so
That's
they're
right.
like the
He was like,
official.
don't diss him. I'm not there, but don't diss him.
Well, thank you so much, Devin. Thank you, Devinder, for that world awareness, and thank
Yes,
you, Coco, for your perspective.
Thank you.
That was very enlightening. So
And I love your new positions there, both of you too. Can you want to tell everyone about what you both have in front of you, Jessica and Rob?
what
You're working
position?
with the mayor, right? With the mayor, you.
Oh,
Say that.
it's not a position. I would say
They're so humble.
it's only a position if I'm getting paid.
You got a promotion. You didn't say
So we
Take
do,
it out of
we
my
do-
take it out of my inheritance.
Yeah, so we do some volunteer work with one of the committees. So I'm on one of the committees, the mayor's committee. I'm on the MLK committee, the Martin Luther King committee. And what we do, I'm actually the co-chair of the PR and marketing board.
Yes,
So,
co-chair.
yeah, the co-chair of the PR and marketing board. And so what we do, we try to get the word out. We support the other subcommittees. Thank you for let me fix this up.
Yeah.
Let me talk. Let me straighten up. Let me straighten up.
Okay, we go.
Yeah. So
I'm so proud of him.
so we
Come on,
we try to get the word out, and highlight the message and the what Dr. King stood for, and try to get that word out and to implement those virtues throughout the committee, the community. So leadership, fairness, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get the spotlight back off of me and throw it over to Jess.
Yeah, let me add something. So usually I don't have a whole lot to say, but so the committee that I'm a member of the Economic Task Force, Consumer Confidence and Business Compliance, and that has to do with COVID, with people getting back out in the community. What's interesting is that today at 4:30 I watched the mayor's press conference. I told him I try to watch every single press conference that comes out. So something that interesting that came out today at 4 p.m. is that the Florida governor signed he signed that we are moving into phase 3. What was interesting is that Orange County, the mayors were not notified. So as the mayor was walking down to the press conference, that is when he found out that we were moving into a phase, which means that bars can now open at 100%. And they have so many questions, and he's like, look, I don't have the answers. I literally found out on the way here.
Horrible.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not good.
So that's amazing. I mean, we need communication, but we need to take politics out of this, this Corona situation when you're playing with people. But speaking of health, and Devinder, thank you for mentioning my role with the MLK initiative. I want to introduce Ms. Monica May. We're going to bring her in. She's actually one of the chairs of the committee, and she is an amazing person, and she has something. She's going to talk to us a little bit about mental health. So let's bring in Ms. Monica May.
Yeah. There she
Wow.
is.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh my
What
God.
a way. What a
Wow.
way. You
Oh
can
my
see I'm still
God. You're so funny.
that. Did y'all
I
see
mean,
me going, wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow. Man,
Miss
you
Monica
see, you
May,
did that. You
what
did
are you
that.
doing? You're driving. Oh my goodness, what
Please
are you
be
doing?
Oh my God. She's so funny.
Pull over.
I'm driving. I'm gonna pull over, but I'm having car
Oh
trouble.
my
That's what is
God.
preventing me. This
Oh,
has been one heck of a day, guys.
oh,
I am so. I'm never late for stuff like this, but it's been that kind of a day, and I promise you, I apologize.
Listen, Miss Monica May, you're not late. You on time.
you
You
on
on time.
time. That's
You know
right.
what I mean? When
Wow.
you're here, that's the time to be here. But when you're driving, is not the time to be here. So we want you to be.
I'm
we want you
pulling
to
over
say,
in like 2 minutes.
okay. So
Rob,
this
But
is
you
this
know,
relax.
I was listening to what you all were saying about the
yes.
governor, and the governor is running on some Trump stuff. You know, they're
So,
opening stuff up randomly. You
mm,
know,
Oh my
there's no
God.
rhyme or reason. There's no rhyme or reason, and
Right.
so that's gonna hurt us. So all I'm asking is for people to continue to be safe. You know what to do.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
You know
Right.
that you need to wear your mask. You know that you need to wash your hands. All those good things.
yeah.
So continue to do those things. And you be the ones that gets caught out there. You know,
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
it's an
And
awful place to not. You know, you almost feel like you're undermined if you're a mayor in that situation.
it is. Well,
It
I
is.
mean, it is what it is. He was under mine. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Especially before going to a brief conference, he should be able to communicate with his people what's going on. He's going to get those questions, but it is what it is. You're calling it just like how you see it.
It's a good way to make your mayors look embarrass another
Yes.
leader.
Yeah.
And it's so unprofessional because even as a leader, that's a wrong way to gain like I don't know support.
Mhm.
I mean, there's a lot of things we can do locally, and he can do what he wants to do down south, whatever he wants to do. But locally, we'll do what we need to protect our children.
Cool. So what
Yes.
I'm gonna do,
But
I don't want to scare Coco. I don't want to scare Coco. Coco's over here like, what the heck going on over
Right.
there in
Yeah, what's going on
Orlando?
in Orlando?
She's over there in Ohio. Coco, we don't know. We don't know what's going
we're a
on.
different country in Florida. We're just
You guys,
Florida's a
I
different
gotta
thing.
mute me now. I'm sorry. But
well,
that was a little surprising. We were surprised. We were in Orlando,
Yes.
caught off guard.
yes,
Yeah. So
we got a little caught off guard too. I'm dating a gentleman who owns his own pub, and they came out with our governor came out with this mandate saying, "Oh, we're going to open back fully." But there's nothing that's changed. We're still closing at 11 o'clock, taking the drinks out of your hand at 10,
wow.
and the streets are rolled up by 11:30.
Wow.
That's
So
crazy.
nothing's changed. They just opened up a couple of buffets and called it a change.
Wow.
Well, we told you guys that we had the party line thing going on, so we're doing a little bit of rotation. So we have Miss Monica May joining us
Yeah,
of Monica May Communications,
yeah,
and she is the chair of our MLK board that we talked about. That I'm on, and not only that, she's gonna share some information
Oh, good.
about prostate awareness month. September
Yeah.
is prostate awareness month, and so you were giving us, you've been, just educating the community on your platform, and you could tell us a little bit about your platform and some of the things that you think sharing with the community and with men, some things that's important for men's health and for men that need to know.
You know, it's funny, and I meant to send the video, and I have that for you, so I'm still going to send it. September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, and this company hired me. Thank you so much. This company hired me to put on a prostate and colon cancer webinar. And so I reached out to 125 men, 40 and over, that I know of in this community. And I invited them to join me. And believe it or not, a large group of them did. And they stayed through the entire presentation. It was 2 nights ago. But the thing is that we learned that with Chadwick Boseman, how did he get to stage 4 before anything was done? Well, sometimes we're not paying attention. Sometimes we're not taking our screenings seriously.
Yes.
Everybody at a certain age needs to have a hemoccult test or a colonoscopy. Hemoccult is where you put your, sounds kind of TMI, but you can order a hemoccult test off of Amazon, but you just put a little bit of feces in, you put it in the mail, it goes to a laboratory, and they can tell you if there are issues. But we don't even know about things like that.
No.
With men 40 and over, you need to begin your prostate screenings. Well, actually, they're saying now 50, but African American men, because our rate of incident is so high, I'm suggesting, and we're suggesting, that is the number. But talk with your doctor. This Saturday at Barnett Park, starting at 10 in the morning, we are offering free PSA test. That's the blood test for prostate cancer, free of charge. COVID test and HIV test, all for men. So if you're interested in that, you don't have to do anything. Just come on out. It's the Caribbean Health Summit. It's our annual event along with Center for Change, and that's the company that hired me. But that's what I do with Monica May Communications. I put together the marketing campaign and host the webinar. So that means I do the research. I find the folks to talk about it. I'm trying to get that piece of sun out of there. And we just make it happen. We just make it happen. There's so much that I miss from working at the radio station, but you know what? I had to reinvent my space in a way, and this was my way to give back. So I do that with 185. So, and then folks like Rob letting me come on. So I thank you for that.
Yeah.
No problem. My pleasure. My pleasure. It's an honor to have you. And so you, because we have a lot of viewers that, in Atlanta and different cities. Monica May is like broadcasted royalty here in Central Florida.
Yeah. Great.
She's one of you could call her the queen. You guys met JoJo. Some of you guys met JoJo O'Neill, who's our good friend. Several times, right? Several times. But Monica, you got JoJo into radio, right? If I'm not mistaken, is that correct? Or you were one of her first?
Actually, no. No, okay. I wouldn't say that. She was here.
Okay.
I actually replaced JoJo at 102 Jams. That's how that. That's how
you took it. You took her.
Oh, you took.
You took a job.
Took her out, not brought her in. What are you doing?
No. She was leaving to go work for. No, guys, no. She was leaving to go work for Disney, and they needed a replacement. And I found out about it, and no, I didn't. I didn't take anybody's job.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Even at Starr with Tom Joyner, even at Starr, I just came on to do news, and that whole thing just morphed. I didn't take the other lady. I didn't come to do that.
Oh, okay.
I gotta make that clear, y'all. I did not come to do that.
Okay. Oh man. So that's
although this is a very cutthroat business I'm in.
Mute me. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God. So Monica, how long have you been in radio? You've been in radio for a while, right?
I started 40 years altogether.
Wow.
40 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And I stopped for a moment and did some work with BET for a moment this weekend in Black Entertainment. But for the most part, I appreciate radio more because once it's done, once you say it, it's done. Television, it takes too much time to get to that one point.
Wow.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yes. And so, I mean, you also, I want to hear, you told us a little bit about the story about how you met your husband on Tinder. And All that.
No.
Rob,
And everything.
stop.
I told you. I told you I was gonna act a fool. I told you I was gonna act a fool. Okay, she
You
didn't.
embarrassed everyone.
She wasn't.
So-
She wasn't on
so-
Tinder. She wasn't
so
on
check
Tinder. I take it back. But tell us the story. Tell us the story because this is a beautiful story. I love hearing
Well,
it.
no,
Tell us the story about how you met
I
your
was-
husband and you knew he
I
was your
was
husband.
I was hosting an event downtown. I was in a nightclub doing what I do, and I saw this older couple come in, but I watched them walk over to the bar. They sat down, but they were just so into each other. When I finished what I was doing, I walked over to them and I said, I want some of that. And the woman thought I was referring to some jewelry. And I said, no, not that. I mean, your tenderness, your closeness, your togetherness. So she said, I can't believe Monica May doesn't have a boyfriend. And I said, well, I'm not going to say a boyfriend, but I mean, it's easy to get a date, but I want, tomorrow. I want the next day. I want to be a part of something. So she said, let me think about it. And then the next day she called and she gave me somebody's number. And she said, do you mind if I give him yours? Perfect. He called, we talked, we met a couple of days later. When I walked in the restaurant, I was late because this time I always got a story about being late because I don't like to be late. It's got to be some serious stuff. And this time, now this is going to sound really lame because he looked at me like, yeah, sure. But I had gotten a new puppy. This little puppy, I had gotten a new puppy. We had just moved into my new place. And every time the door opened, it seemed like she wanted to run out, go do her business, go meet somebody, go do something. But it was wreaking havoc on my life because I'm having to chase her 3 o'clock in the morning before I go to work. Anyway, that's what happened. I was on my way out the door and Miss Jean, that's her name, Miss Jean, ran out. So I chased her. By the time I got to the restaurant, dude was just sitting back like, like that. And he had this look on his face like, I said, oh God, this is going to be a challenge to really make him believe this story, So, but the attraction was in the eyes. We were so attracted from across the room that it was like we were like I was walking. His words were, gee, I hope she's as smart, she is attractive. And I was saying already, Lord, thank you, there's my husband. I mean, I had already claimed it. And on the second date, he asked me, yeah, man. On the second date, he asked me, so what's next for you? And I said to become Mrs. George Ashford. And I didn't go like, ooh, I didn't say that. I didn't mean it. No, I meant that. I meant every word of it. And I didn't take it back. And so we've been together 7 years now. But we met. That was my first time being married. I do have a daughter. I was a single parent for many, many years. And my thing was, I didn't think that I was marriage material. I had never seen a wholesome marriage. I had never seen a wholesome marriage. I just didn't think I had what it took, but I knew I wanted it. So, I'm and the refreshing thing about this brother is that he didn't know who Monica May was. He listened to Tom's show periodically, but he had no idea who I was. And that was just so refreshing for me.
Yeah.
Wow. So now, okay, so I think you have a lot of comments. I think this is good because Starr is always late, right? So Starr, I know what you need to do to find a husband. When you go on a date, you need to say, I'm going to be the next Mrs. What you would call it, so-and-so. You got to speak it.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Speak it into
And
existence.
claim
I
it.
think the man will run for me now, sorry.
Starr, you can't say it while you're drinking. Starr, you can't do it while you're drinking.
It's
Starr.
got to
You
be
do
the
it.
right one.
Yeah, you gotta be the right one. You gotta look at them. You gotta know it. You gotta give them the eyes. It's like Monica said, it's in the eyes. You gotta give them the eye and be like, I'm gonna be the next Mrs. What your name is?
Yeah, I'm the first and second. I might not.
right.
Oh man. So Miss Monica May, I know you're on the road and you gotta go. I know you got other stuff popping right now. and Miss
I
Coco
want to
Mayer.
come back. So I want to come back so I
Yeah,
can, sit still.
Anytime you want to come back, we got you. And actually, I want to invite you back for next week because we doing Jessica's birthday party celebration next week. So I want
All
you
right,
and Coco to come back.
Jessica.
If you could come back next week, we're celebrating Jessica's birthday. We're doing a big party celebration. I got some entertainment lined up for her. We're gonna have fun. Yeah. So if you guys could come back next week, definitely let me know. I would love to have you. But I know Ms. Coco and Ms. Monica may have to go. So we're gonna let you go. But thank you so much for being here. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay serious, ladies.
Thank you. And I always leave you with be good to yourself.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Very much.
Be good to yourself.
Nice.
All right.
I like
Devinder,
that.
I
I
want
like
to
that.
talk to you sometime. Make sure you contact me, sir.
Yeah, no, I think Rob will definitely do his family, yeah. So we will stay in touch, definitely, right?
Oh, I
Yeah.
hope so.
Or-
Yes.
I like his
People
vibe.
are
I like his vibe.
Well, yeah,
Love
I love
you.
you too. I love you.
All right,
Ciao,
thank you guys.
Bye.
All right, so we get ready to bring in Miss Mimi Mala. We're going to keep the radio broadcasting theme going. We're going to bring in Mimi Mala from Peace on the Street Radio. Let's bring her in.
All right.
Thank you. It's such a great honor to be here. I am so grateful. Thank you so much for awarding me with 100 Successful Women in Business and Women of the Year. I am so honored to be with all of you. 30 countries, this is insane. Thank you so much. I've established Peace on the Streets Radio about 3.5 years ago with my co-host, Prince of the South. Together, we've established Peace on the Streets, where we are now representing independent radio, and we control media. Media does not control us. With that said, we cater to the community, make sure everybody has an inspiring, positive, amazing environment to grow with communications and broadcasting.
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Mimi Mala.
Guys,
What's up?
as Monica May said, what a day! I'm literally in someone else's salon right now. Have Faith Hair Services. Big shout out to them. They're allowing me to be in their studio right now because my Wi-Fi is messing up in my office.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. What a day.
And
Hey,
I've been trying
thank you
for
so
like
much.
40 minutes, guys. I'm like, I'm letting people down. So I feel Monica May.
Yes. Thank you.
Catherine.
Yeah. Have a drink, girl. Have a drink.
Yeah.
Let me just say real quick with Miss Monica May. This is the first time I actually seen her. Because I've heard her. I grew up listening to her, and I learned so much from her right now, guys. So I appreciate that. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, she's big time. She's the real deal.
I know it's so inspiring. I got goosebumps because she taught me a lot. There's a lot of things she said that actually I was like, she dropped a lot of knowledge. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you guys have a lot in common because you grew up in New York. She grew up in Harlem. What part of New York are you from?
I grew up in Long Island. I'm from the suburbs.
Long Island.
Strong Island.
Long Island. Okay.
Long Island.
I was actually born and raised there in Long Island. I moved to Florida at 18. So ever since I've been in Florida, I met a lot of great people. It's just the culture is really different. It was a little hard to adapt, but it still get kind of weird looks. But I mean, I'm happy to be here. I'm surrounded by great people, and you guys all look great, by the way.
Thank you. You look great. You look awesome. You look
wonderful too.
Thank you.
So do you know Chalo and Devinder, right? I know you met Devinder. You were one of our hosts as well as one of our previous shows. So Devinder was one of the designers at one of the shows that you hosted.
The Fashion Edge, right?
Right, Fashion Edge. Yes, absolutely. That was an amazing show, by the way. I have to say, let me just say real quick, Fierce Entertainment, your setup is impressive. And every time I get there, I'm in awe. So you guys really killed the game in that. And I was happy to be there. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I remember you rocked that amazing look that night too. I remember everything. Your hair was, the outfit, everything.
Because you guys were amazing.
It's always fun. It always is fun.
So have you met Chalo before? Because I know both of you guys work with our good friend, Ms. Angela Pasilico.
Yeah.
So have you guys actually met before, or you guys know each other?
First time right now.
No.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow! So we making the connection with everybody. Yeah, that's
we
cool.
cross post and
Weird.
cross marketing, but we never
That's it.
met.
That's it. Isn't it weird how it just goes in circle? That
Yeah.
means
Exactly.
as we met, it's meant to be.
He's amazing.
Wow.
He's amazing
Yeah.
what he does.
Thank you.
It's cool because Starr actually introduced us to Chalo, and we were like, oh wow, once we got to talking, and it was like, man, we have to work together. We have to get to work together. And once he had this online platform, it was like, okay, boom. I know he said Costa Rica, but this is how we could work together. You know what I mean?
I think we need to have a field trip over there.
Yeah.
we need
Fierce
that
fierce field trip.
And Chalo, show us a little bit. Let's check in on that sunset. Let's
We have
check
to
in on that sunset.
Yeah, the
Oh,
sunset.
Wow.
That's where he is right now.
No way.
Costa
No,
Rica.
that's the spot right now.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the spot. Look.
The
check
pool's
it out.
right there behind him.
It's so beautiful.
The pool is behind him.
See that?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
That is paradise,
Oh
Chalo.
my goodness.
That's beautiful.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Beautiful.
So this
All right.
is,
So what-
Look at that sky. Even in the video like that, it looks gorgeous.
you know what's funny? It's been raining every single day, but today, and
really?
yeah, so it's awesome because I was talking this morning to my friend Olga from Costa Rica Luxury Lifestyle, which is my sponsor, and they were saying, well, it's been raining a lot, and I said, well, last thing you can let go is faith, and here we are, no rain.
Wow. Very nice. And you're doing a photo shoot there, right?
Correct. Yeah, basically, we're doing a portfolio, fashion portfolio development photo shoot, an international one, where we're mixing with Florida, different fashion designers and models in exotic locations, pretty much. Florida's an exotic locations in the States, obviously, right? And Costa Rica also.
No, some places are in Florida. I think they are.
Yeah.
Like I-4. No, I'm just joking.
So crazy.
So basically,
man,
we want to combine the talent,
Yeah.
combine
Yeah.
the talent to make it international.
Yeah, and so Devinder is an international designer.
That's insane.
Yeah.
From India.
They're like,
And
don't
then,
forget about us. Take us with you.
and Angela Pasilico, she's saying, Chalo, Mimi is my sponsor. So that's the connection right there. So
Yes,
you guys,
Miss Angela. Hi, and
Yep.
Mr. Wayne.
Hey,
What's going
Angela.
on?
Yes, Wayne, yes.
Those two have blessed my life. They have brought me on and just took over, and they totally took care of me. They take care of everybody that's a part of them, and I'm just grateful for them. So big shout out to Mr. Wayne and Miss Angela. I'm very grateful for them in my life. They really helped me out.
That's awesome. They're
They're
great.
excellent. They're excellent.
Absolutely.
So Mimi, for those that don't know you on Piece of the Streets, can you tell people what you do and what you're working on right now?
Yes. So my name is Mimi from Peace on the Streets radio show on WOKB 1680 AM. It's the R&B Quiet Storm, where we air every Wednesday, 9 to 11 p.m. here in Orlando, Florida. Our show is quite unique because we are independent. So we had to build it from scratch, and having an independent radio show on a mainstream broadcasting station, I don't even know if that's ever been done. If so, I haven't heard of it yet. But we've been awarded 3 times. I won 100 Successful Women in Business. I've also won Woman of the Year. It's just a platform that we're able to help expose indie artists, entrepreneurs, small businesses, because we're capable of doing that. And we're able to do that where we control media. Media does not control us with having the rights to our own show. With that said, I wanted to really focus on, like I said, on the locals, the community, small businesses. Then after that, we all going all over the place, but I want to give I reach out to Fears. I reach out to all of you guys because I think you guys are doing an amazing job. And together, we can make this movement in Orlando. And I want that. I want a positive movement in broadcasting and media productions that I can take the whole family and we can show what Orlando's about, because Orlando's not just about Disney World or
What Disney? What's Disney? Where is that? Not on my map. I'm sorry.
I say the same
Right
thing.
now, it's not on the map.
As
Not
we
with
all
the
know,
Rona.
being in
Actually,
Orlando,
they're good.
yeah,
They've
we have
contributed
a lot
well.
of control of the environment that we're in. We lost a lot of funding in film and all of that in that nature. I want to still represent it to where let others know that we're still making it happen, regardless on our own budget, but we're making it happen. We have now we're on Amazon Prime, and this is independent people.
Wow.
So imagine when we get together, we can take over the world. So that's what I'm so glad to be here.
Your energy is always crazy. I love
We're gonna make it happen, guys.
I love that. Everybody needs that energy. Like,
I want
that up.
in the bottle.
It's natural.
This one's trouble too. This one's trouble too.
Like she's so full
And
of
so
energy.
Mimi,
I love it.
and we are actually. Sorry, Starr, go
No,
ahead.
go ahead. Complimenting her.
I was gonna say, so Mimi, we are actually doing. We're working together on the project. So you, us, and a good friend, Jennifer Young, we actually have a project going on, and I think we have that video queued. So we're gonna get ready to show that video. We can talk a little bit about that. But before we do that, I want to just remind you guys, if you're watching this at any point, I want to ask you to help us. If you see this ticker scrolling at the bottom, we have a goal of reaching 500 subscribers by this time next month, by October 25th. So
next week we'll have to start charging them seriously. $1 a minute. No.
Yeah. So definitely subscribe. YouTube, go to our YouTube, Fierce Entertainment on YouTube, and check us out. Please subscribe. Mellow Yellow agrees, and we're gonna get, we want to get that 500 subscriber goal. And hit that notification button. You'll see a lot of the past episodes. You see mini clips of the episodes, as well as tons of footage of our previous events. But let's just talk a little bit about that joint initiative that we have going on.
Let's do it.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Mimi from Peace on the Streets. Right now, we have 3 power hitters, guys. We have Fierce and Jennifer Young Agency, along with Peace on the Streets Radio. We developed a program called Media Power Push Program on the MediaPowerPush.com.
And that program starts out with a business strategic consultation that's going to determine what your call to action is from your business.
This will also include your listing in the IBA Success Magazine directory, a roll call on Peace on the Streets Radio, pop-up banners at events, a digitally created ad, and an appearance on Fierce Entertainment Live. On top of all of that, your ad will be placed on all of our social media platforms 2 times a month.
And what you guys are going to get is the power of these 3 companies. And we are so excited to bring that to you.
Yes.
Go fam, go fam.
So that's pretty much what Mimi's talking about, right?
Yeah.
We're bringing, just going in, combining forces and using the powers, because you have these big companies that they don't need to combine forces, but those little companies, we just got to put our efforts together and just just to make some noise.
Make some noise.
Make some noise and stop making noise.
Stop. We will rock you.
See, that's what it's about. We're joining together and we're building the city up with this Media Power Push program. So I strongly recommend for everybody watching, everybody in Orlando, everyone that has a passion, that's building a platform. If you want to go to a program where it's secure and it's safe and you trust them, come into the Media Power Push program. You're surrounded by 3 huge platforms that has trust already from the community, and we can make this large. That's what we want to do. That's what we're here for. To build each other up, to make sure we're pushing Orlando, because you guys can make it happen. You guys can work for yourselves. Don't worry and don't sleep on what other people are saying. Corporate 9 to 5, you can make it happen. And we're here to help you make it happen. So I'm so glad to be joined with you guys, because together we can't fail.
Yeah.
I love that positivity.
Yes, definitely. And so Mimi, so for Peace of the Street Radio, like you guys, we're happy to be partnered with you guys, because we actually way back in the days we met Prince, Prince of the Stars, your partner, and we go way back. We go way back, and so it's interesting to once we connected with you, we're like, oh, we know Peace of the Street, And you know, and Prince was doing his thing. I'm trying not to say his government name.
I know.
So the Prince was doing his thing. You know what I mean? And I mean, but once you came in, I mean, you took it. You took that station to another level.
Wow.
So tell us a little bit about like how many listeners you have now, where your listeners are from, and you know, just tell us a little bit about the show and how can people hear you.
Well, I definitely have to give a shout out to Mr. Prince. Again, without him, I wouldn't even be here. So I appreciate him. And he gave me full trust to lift it up. And what we do now, we have over 80,000 listeners naturally, just with the station alone. The station has been around for 35 years. So they have very long-term, faithful listeners. It is a Christian-based station. We are the first independent show to actually go on this station. We are the first show to play R&B mainstream music outside of the Christian music. And for them to allow us to do this is a big trust and a big deal.
Wow.
Within that, they knew with my agenda was to bring diversity and different cultures in together. They knew that we were reaching such a young audience that they couldn't get. So with that, we now have between the ages of, honestly, 13 years old, all the way up to 55 years old right now.
Wow.
And within that, we have junior broadcasters, which Pardo, which is on the Fierce.
My nephew is one of the junior broadcasters.
Wish we had photos right now to show them.
And that's our kids program. Yeah. And they started,
give her a moment.
he's killing right now. They are between the ages of 10 to 13 years old. And that's another audience that we brought in that they really didn't see it coming. So within that said, they see the foundation, they see what it's about. They do hear us talk about God freely. We have no fear. We have no worries. We can do this. And within that, we're bringing in so many different cultures and different races. I have naturally over 11,000 followers on my Instagram, which I ended up developing that like in 4 or 5 years. I didn't even see that coming. And I have to give a shout out to WOKB because their traffic, their audience is long term. It's been around my entire life. It's so funny.
Wow. And so, but not only are you, one thing I admire about you, I like what you do. You're about your business. You do, your business and you handle it well. So I like that. And then once you came, you hosted our show. You were professional, just like Angela Basilico. We call you, like you said, that must be like Angela's little sister because you guys are both like professional. Both had the same, New York flavor to the show, which is great.
Basilico's Jersey.
She is from Jersey, yeah.
Oh, she's from Jersey. Okay.
Next door, though. Y'all neighbors.
Yeah, there you go, neighbors. But the thing is, one of the things that I admire is that when the protesting was happening here in Orlando, you were in the streets. You was in the streets. I mean, you were doing the peacefully protesting in right here in Orlando, and you were broadcasting and you were reporting, but you were right there with the people as you're broadcasting. You were part of the movement, so you kind of like entrenched yourself into what was happening in the city. So tell us a little bit about that, and kudos for you for doing that.
Thank you. We're not gonna lie, we had a little fear because of the riots that go on a little bit, but we're so proud of Orlando. We're proud of our city because they held it down. We didn't have any of that problems that I know of during that time when we were in the city. We wanted to get in with the crowd. This is actually a movement that we've never seen before in my generation and younger. So to actually see this, it is historical, guys, and we wanted to be a part of it. So going in with the crowd and our friend Monique Roel, who just won state attorney. Big shout out to Monique.
Yeah.
And, see, we have friends in these places, guys, that can make a change in our city, in our state. This is why we got to get together because these guys are making the change here. And they allowed us to be in with the crowd where we saw everything going on. We heard people's voices. We gave them the mic. We let them talk, express themselves. And everybody did it like fabulous job. We had a journalist that was with us, which is Alexis. Big shout out to her. And she came in and she was able to release a lot of information. So within that, we shared it outside of Orlando. So we were seen in Philadelphia, Connecticut, everywhere because we do have a website to where you can hear us outside of Orlando. So that's where we broadcasted the whole thing about what was going on in Orlando. So we really want to just express the movement here. And it was peaceful. We didn't have any problems at all. We really was proud of the city for that.
Yes. That's amazing. I see Devinder. He's like combing his hair and stuff. So I don't know. Devinder, do you have anything? Were you out there? Were you out there protesting too, Devinder?
It's Mellow Yellow talking.
Mellow
The
Yellow was
dog.
out
Every
there.
time I say his name, the dog starts barking. Like the dog knows his name.
Like, that's right. That's right.
So that's my you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So Devinder is an activist. So and I know you have strong opinions, but what were your thoughts about the peaceful protesting that was happening here in the city? Because I appreciate that the way that we held it down and we didn't destroy our city. You know what I mean? But we got the point across.
Absolutely, because how can you be heard if you're doing that? You will not be
Right.
heard. And working with the city officials, that's just and all the candidates. That's where it's at, guys, and that's what Peace on the Streets, invested in. We made sure that this set around, we were going to meet up with candidates, talk to them, all sorts of candidates. We had Republican, Democrats, whoever wanted to speak, we let them speak, and we appreciate that. So now we have friends in the game, guys.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
So
That's
let's
a big
check
deal.
out these kids. We got a couple of.
Oh, cool.
Guys, what's going on? I'm Mimi.
This
And we're kicking it with Beans.
This Sunday is a really important day here in Lake Eola.
Those are my kids.
Yes.
That's all of them, guys. We have Xavier, that's 13. We have Royal, that's 12. Athena, that's 13. Jaden now is 12, correct?
Yeah.
We have Nathaniel, that's the youngest one, and he just turned 11.
Look at those kids. Gotta love it.
And these guys are local talents. They are diverse. So you have models and actors and a DJ. And,
Yes.
and these guys they're really passionate what they do, and their parents support them full force. So I appreciate that because they trust us. And with that, we brought them in broadcasting. So they learn the essentials of broadcasting, hosting on the spot, critical thinking, questioning. They learn behind the scenes, the panel, the everything. And Jaden likes behind the scenes.
Yes.
Behind the scenes with the DJ to where he's actually working the board and he's doing a couple of speaking speaking because he's doing really well on that. So we're making sure that we're teaching them, not just for the exposure, but to teach them the essentials of it.
Giving back. I love it.
Yes.
That's
Thank you
amazing.
for doing that. That is just amazing. It has exposed them to so much and it gives them a sense of direction. Like for Jaden, for our DJ, it put everything that he loves together and it did kind of just guide him. So thank you.
Glad to hear that. By the way,
You got a gig,
too, right?
Yes, you got a gig, right?
Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah, he has a gig.
Jaden has a gig, yes.
We'll know more about it next week, but
Yeah. And I'm a pretend DJ.
yeah.
But you're part of that nurturing,
I'm so proud of them. I'm gonna cry. That's amazing. They're so young. It's such an amazing feeling when you are teaching them and they're doing it. And I got to go down south to Florida, and a big shout out to the Reflection Show. They brought me down to South Florida where I got to speak to high school students before the virus happened. Let me just say, guys, I have goosebumps. That was the best experience in my entire life. I wanted to reach out to the kids so bad and to actually be in a school with them allowing me to be there, a public school system, and speaking to the children. I hit them. I hit key points where they were standing up, they were clapping, they got it. I felt like I finally made it. That because of that. Like I finally made it. I got through. They're listening. And I want to give them a sense of hope to know that, we went to that school to teach. They had a high suicidal rate. That's the reason why we went to that school. And that school down south had a high of migrant workers where honestly a lot of their parents were taken away because of what's going on right now. And we all know what's going on right now. So their parents are taken away, put into this testing center, is basically. And so a lot of those kids lost their parents. That's why they brought us down south. And when we went out there and spoke to them, we gave them a sense of hope to accomplish their goals. You're here for a reason. Don't give up. Start what you want to do. Even if you're by yourself, you can make it happen because there's others that are watching and will help you. And so by bringing that in with these kids, I felt like I did it. Like it was the best time of my life, and I want to go back. So I'm able to go back.
That's awesome. Awesome.
That's
Good stuff.
amazing.
They still follow me to this day, guys, and they send me messages. And today's are 14 and up, so I love it. I love it. So I have a lot of people that are watching, and I don't want to let anybody down. So I really
you are so cute.
and I take it
Cool.
seriously. So I don't want to let you guys down. I was trying to figure out that guy.
So if you guys are, if they're watching at home, if you guys are watching Mimi Mala, go ahead and give her a shout out here right now on the show. But you also check us out. Go to our YouTube channel, and you're going to see her on one of our shows, The Fashion Edge, as a host. Go ahead and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Help us meet our goal. We're trying to get 500 subscribers, so that's our push for this week. Bibi, you have a lot of fans. Wayne Zamora saying, you are awesome, girl. Bibi, you rock. Angela Facilico, Miss Facilico saying, hey, Bibi. Yeah, so we got a lot of love coming in for friends. And then that's the website right there, www.peaceonthestreetradio.com. So Jessica,
Peace on the street.
so, yes, peaceonthestreet.com.
Yeah.
Peaceonthestreet.com. So Jessica,
Yes.
I want to shout out my nephew real quick. So, we mentioned Jaden a couple of times, but he's a little DJ. He has his own like Instagram and website and stuff like that. So his name is what? What's his DJ name?
His name is DJ Savage, and you can check him out at djsavage.com or on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at djsavage.com. I'll drop him.
Yeah, so Savage is spelled with like an X,
With
right?
the X, yes.
Yeah, so Savage.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, so shout out my little nephew. He's
So
doing
proud
his
of
thing,
him.
supporting,
He's adorable.
and shout out to Peace on the Street and Prince for helping him. You know what I'm saying? Showing him, the behind the scenes and broadcasting. I think he's I think he's leaning towards that direction now. But he's definitely excited. Shout out to DJ Tron that's been influencing him as well. So
Oh, I don't hear. Do y'all hear?
I know we lost him.
Oh, that's me. Sorry. I have like background things going on, so I'm trying to like mute, and then I'm like
He's having a
that I'm on
party in
mute.
the background. He's always having the party in the other room.
Yeah, right?
Seriously. All of a sudden, all these people will appear. It's like a social distancing.
Shout out to Maria Young. Thank you, Maria Young. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for supporting. She's gonna check us out on YouTube. She's gonna follow and subscribe. So thank you for that. We appreciate it.
I love her and her husband. They're amazing people.
Yes, thank you so much. And she just did a photo shoot. I'm sorry I didn't make it, but she did. So what the first thing? No, she invited me, but I was like, I thought it was maybe a joke,
Right?
But, but I was invited.
Okay.
Okay, Maria, tell them that you invited me to the photo shoot.
Well, now she has to say it.
So it was a Black Lives Matter photo shoot.
Okay.
So it was So she invited me to be a part of that, but it was interesting. I couldn't make it, but it was a great concept, and she did it to like
I don't even know
raise awareness.
where.
Yeah. So,
Nearest metro.
So
what is she doing? She's
so
funny. I love Starr. Where did she disappear?
Let's see what has happened. Oh, I used to.
She's at the vendor. She's at the vendor.
Yeah, like Devinder. She was doing. Yeah, I don't know where that phone was pointing. So this is.
Where are we? What are we doing?
I don't know where I'm at.
I forgot
to make it happen.
Yeah. She just threw us all out. She says we totally rock. But this is where I was going. I wanted to check in with Chalo because Chalo is in beautiful Costa Rica, and we're trying to catch that sunset with him. So Chalo, what's the status of that sunset over there in Costa Rica? Can you check in and where we're at?
Yeah, sure. Let's walk you guys to that and see how it's looking. Again, it was supposed to rain, so we're pretty lucky to see that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you can see rain back there. And
Wow.
this
What a beautiful view.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically the Gulf. It's called the Gulf of Guanacaste. It's in the Pacific coast. because Costa Rica has the Caribbean and the Pacific. And, this is just a location where my next photo shoot is going to be. We're going to be working with Florida designers, Costa Rica designers, and combine locations like this with natural locations like volcanoes and waterfalls and stuff like that. But I think it's looking good.
Yeah, look at that, it's beautiful.
Yeah. So
and then
Melo's also excited. Melo's so happy.
and let's look at the photos of the location that he's actually in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
wow.
That's where he's at right now.
Don't
we wish that we was over there?
Yes.
Yes.
I know there now. Right now.
Sign me up.
So basically, in those pictures, the one on the left is actually this place right now, and the one on the right is my property, which is in the Caribbean side. So we're trying to actually do a combination, because it's the idea is to produce something different and do it in different places. Like, again, we have so much talent together, like Florida and Costa Rica. There's so much talent, and obviously there's amazing locations we can work up. So I'm going to be doing this November 1st. We're going to be doing the first one here, and then the next one will be sometime early next year. Where basically it's like a tour of areas where we're going to be shooting. The one in November, we're shooting in Tampa, and we're shooting here at the same time. And the one later on, and the one early next year will be here in Costa Rica. And basically, I'll share, some of that with you later.
Yeah.
It's something that we're proud, and obviously, like I told you guys, you guys been great. I love being here, and you guys are welcome to come anytime.
All right, we will be there.
You hear that?
All right.
Yes. Come out there, Mr. Rob. We're gonna
do it. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it popping.
Yes.
We're gonna get it popping. And so this is Chalo's website right here, photosbychalo.com. So you guys will definitely follow him and check him out. And the last invitation I want to do for you guys, I want to invite you guys all back next week for my little sister's birthday. YouTube Mellow Yellow.
So wow party.
Yeah. So next week, we're right here Friday. We're celebrating my sister's birthday. We're gonna have some entertainment. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some more cool guests. So I want you guys to come back if you're available. And we're just gonna have a good time. We're gonna have some drinks and some.
I can't wait.
And maybe I'll pull out some old baby pictures. Maybe that would be fun.
Let's do that.
Let's do that. All right, I like it.
Let's embarrass her. Rob's gonna do it anyways. He loves embarrassing people.
I'm with it. Let's do it. All right, guys. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys at home for watching. Definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you, Maria Young. We're going to link up. I like that message that you said. I think it's a great idea. So let's link up and do a joint initiative. And you guys at home, stay healthy, stay safe, and stay fierce.
Thank you. Peace out.